Hi, welcome to the channel. You join me in the port of Calais. I'm waiting to board a ferry to go back to the UK. We've had a bit of a tragedy in the family. Well, sad time, one of my aunties has just died. So I'm basically going over for the funeral. And whilst I'm going over there and visiting England and catching up with the family, friends, that kind of thing, I thought I might have a run up to LotusBits in Warwickshire and have a look, see how their business operates. I've contacted them, Mike and Archie and Matt, and they said, yeah, I'm more than welcome to come and have a look, make a bit of video and all that. So let's see how it goes. Anyway, I'll message a bit later. Anyway, when I made a bit more progress, probably when I'm coming into port, in the port of Dover. Okay. I arrived at LotusBits and was greeted by the parts manager, Matt Preston. At first he wasn't too keen on being videoed, but as you can see, he certainly warmed to the task as he showed me around. He turned out to be an extremely lovely fella, and we got on great. Unfortunately, the business owner, Mike Taylor, contracted COVID just on the time of my visit. Therefore, I didn't really get the chance to speak to him. I did see him briefly, but he was very reluctant to get involved in any kind of conversation. Mike started this business over 20 years ago when he couldn't find parts for his second generation Elite. This is what the business looks like today. So I've just arrived at the parts bin at LotusBits here, and apparently this channel here is all for the XL parts. Is that right, Matt?
Yeah,
and
that's correct.
Matt doesn't really want to be filmed, so I'm not putting him on video. But this is the channel of the XL parts list. I'm after a couple of what do you call those parts at the back there? The door card thing, not the behind the door.
Rear quarter trims.
The rear quarter trims. I'm after a couple of those if possible, but we'll see if they've got them in stock. So any part that basically is not completely gone, they'll sandblast it and paint them up. Yeah, as you can see, I think are they manifold bits up there, or
the downpipes?
Downpipes, and
we keep the centre silencers and rear silencers if they're good. The biggest issue is there were so many different types of exhausts made for the cars. Out of all those bits, trying to get a complete system that will just bolt on is very difficult. But there's parts to make a system from.
I mean, even my exhaust pipe, I had to do a lot of refurbishment work myself on that, like welding, and there was a couple of holes in the exhaust pipe, and
a bit of adjustment, a few tweaks here and
there. Obviously not with mine. There weren't too many adjustments to do. It was more a few holes in the middle silencer, so it was split a bit at the top. So I welded that back together. And, there's some steering racks and stuff down here as well, I'm seeing. Are they XL steering racks?
Those are XL steering racks, and they will be going away for refurbishment.
I'm wondering, because are those, can you take the inner tie rod ends off there?
You can take them off, but you can't get new ones. You
can't get new ones of those, okay, because that's something that, I mean, I had the Gator, which was completely perished, as you can see. This one is here, and I've obviously got new Gators. I mean, it's not bad, but but I mean, but how would that unscrew, or what's the situation?
That unscrews off the end of the rack. What happens is when they go to be refurbished, they collapse the collar again slightly here to get a firmer grip on the ball joint.
Okay,
So,
that was the way. Have you got any refurbished inner tie rods as well? I could maybe take them.
What, these bits?
Basically that bit from there to there. No,
because they just come with the steering rack.
The whole steering. Unit. So you'd basically do a complete refurbishment of a steering rack.
I'll show you up into new parts in a bit, but we keep all the specific relays and modules and everything else for the because there's quite a few oddball ones on the Lotuses. So we keep all of those. Some of them we're even looking at backwards engineering them with modern components.
Okay. But, All right. So yeah, shall we do that then? Move over to the
let's
new
go up
start
to
then?
the shiny stuff.
Yeah. This is the aircon condenser. If somebody wants to retrofit air conditioning into a car that obviously doesn't have it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the condenser for the SE model is slightly different.
So the heater box remains the same.
Yeah.
And the condenser unit actually attaches here. So it fits that way round.
Yeah.
And then your blower unit, instead of attaching to the clear plastic pipe.
But does the condenser not fit at the front of the car like most of them do?
Right, that's the one that gives you the cold air inside.
Yeah, so that's the evaporator.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And then instead of your fan unit going on there, goes on there.
All right. So if I wanted to retrofit a complete air conditioning system to my, but obviously I need a compressor, perhaps re-engineer the front of it a little bit.
You'd need the bracketry.
The
on
bracket.
the front of the engine.
Yeah.
You'd need the pump. You'd need the dryer.
Yeah.
You need.
What sort of costs are we looking at for the total? If I did it myself, so ordered all the parts and I wanted to retrofit.
I'd have to sit down and work that out.
All right. But, roughly £2,000, something like that, 2 or 3 grand.
Like
yeah.
Then you've got the difference on your control panel.
Ah, yeah, of course. You've got the AC button and the what's the econ button there? What's
economy means that it will blow cold air without
the air conditioner being on. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need that. The wiring loom, but that all sits on your evaporator.
The evaporator. Yeah.
And then you need these 2 pipes that run across the bulkhead.
Right. Yeah. So they're the coolant and the basically the
they're the ones that connect up to the evaporator.
Yeah. What would it run on? Would it run on R134A or is it any more modern systems or?
It's the new stuff.
The new R134, I think it would be the gas. Yeah.
That's an original condenser. We've got a replacement for that. Yeah. We've got a replacement for that, and the pipes that come off it and go round the car.
Yeah.
So you get a new one of those, a pair of pipes, use those 2 original pipes, and fit it up to the car.
Yeah. Okay. Super. Yeah. Well, it's obviously not a job that I'm going to do immediately, but looking
it's
down
a dashboard out job, and
yeah. And I was just wondering as well, actually, what's it? Because that's the one really last bastion that I need to do is take the dashboard out. What's involved with that, Matt? Have you any idea?
Bruised knuckles.
Yeah. Is it? It's just all. I mean, because
it's take your time.
Take your time. Yeah.
Just take your time and.
Centre console steering rack has got to come out. I take it, or.
Yeah, steering column's got to come out because it
steering
actually goes through the dashboard and there isn't a removable panel underneath.
Yeah.
Steering wheel off, of course. Gauges out.
Yeah.
Centre console out. Centre switch panels out, and then just start undoing all the screws.
Yeah. All right. So you're looking at what, a day's work, 2 days work, something like that. 2 days. Yeah.
And then. Probably a day fitting the aircon stuff up.
Yeah, I mean the aircon. I mean, the more I want to do is to replace the leather on top of the dashboard, which is shrunk a little bit.
Yeah.
So that'll be take that. I mean, it's not something that's an urgent job to do. It'll be something I'll be doing, say, over the next 2 years or something like that, and then I'll think about fitting air conditioning at the same time when I come to do that as well. So these are all plans. Let me get the thing on the road first. Although I did take it out for a cheeky drive this Sunday, even though it's not registered yet. All right.
Lotus head on that.
Twin cam Lotus. That's a Vauxhall engine. You put in a twin cam Lotus head on that. So very interesting. Yeah. You do complete engine rebuilds and everything here with all the standard.
I'll show you around the whole shebang.
Stuff.
In here, this is our stripping bay.
Yeah, I can see a chassis. That's an XL chassis.
XL chassis. That's just been the whole car's just been stripped down.
Yeah.
That chassis for the scrap heap because it's so badly corroded.
Is that bad? Is it?
Yeah. Let me show you.
Let's have a quick look.
So it looks like somebody parked it back end into a pond.
Yeah, I mean mine was a little bit. It did clean up. It did clean up quite well, but it was getting that way. It wasn't completely. I stripped it down and cleaned it. I didn't have the bodywork off the chassis when I did it, but it managed to clean up quite well, and it's still fairly.
Some do. Some are absolutely immaculate when they come out, and other ones are in a state like this.
Like that,
and it's just not worth keeping.
It isn't, no. Is it? I mean, is there an excess of supply for the XL chassis, or is it? I mean, there's not a shortage, is what I'm saying.
No. Let me show you that.
Yeah. All right.
We also have our own machine shop.
Ah, okay. All kinds of drills and
milling machine, lathe.
Lathe as well. Yeah, there's the big lathe.
Make up some of our bespoke stuff directly in here.
Okay. Good stuff. What kind of components would you make bespoke?
We do modified bell housings.
Modified bell housings.
The W58 gearbox.
Okay.
To be fitted to Jensen Healy.
Right. Yeah.
So we modify the bell housing to take the cable clutch.
Yeah.
So
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Various other jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting.
Right. We go this way.
Okay.
One's there.
Yeah.
And,
so that's a stack of mostly Excel chassis, you say. So the supply of chassis, I would say, is outstrips the demand. I think we can safely say right now.
And what's becoming a more common conversion is fitting an XL chassis to the Elites and the Eclats.
Yeah.
Just so you get all the more modern componentry on the earlier cars.
And is that a fairly straightforward swap though, Matt, as well? Yeah.
There's a bit of fiberglass in to do in that. There's a bit of chopping the floor of the car about slightly, but it's nothing major.
It's nothing major. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So they're all looking pretty good, Nick. Even though they need a bit of.
We only keep the goodness.
Yeah. The cleaning up at the back end there, but other than that. Oh, another thing. Have you got any? Probably won't take them this time, but my car has actually got the. What do you call it? The Oz wheels, and I think originally it should have come with the Speedline wheels, and I think at some point they've been changed. And I'm wondering if I was going to go back to the Speedline wheels to keep it original.
Well, I'll show you some of those.
Yeah. That's a dry sump turbo block.
Yeah.
This one here.
Yeah.
And it's been.
Which had a bit of an accident.
Okay.
And which side is it? Ah, there. It had a conrod out the side of the block.
Wow, so it just went straight through the block. Yeah,
well, it's actually the bearing girdle and dry sump.
Yeah.
So that's been repaired. Wow, they're so rare.
Well, these, you obviously, yeah, really neat.
And that's XL diff cover.
The diff cover.
That's just been vapor blasted.
And painted. Yeah.
No,
hasn't been painted at all. No, that's just aluminium. It's just
It's just straight out the vapor blaster and covered in WD-40. These are all the parts for auto tensioners.
Okay. Yeah.
Which have also been vapor blasted. They're all used components.
Yeah.
They just don't look it anymore.
No, I must admit, I ordered a clutch and what do you call it, the pressure plate and the clutch, and they look absolutely brand new.
Yeah.
They looked fantastic, I have to say. The quality was amazing.
Wheels?
Yeah. They're the Speedline wheels. And how much do those go for?
For a set of five.
I've got one.
Okay, for a set of 4, fully refurbed like that would probably set you back £1,000.
£1,000, all right, 250 a wheel.
Yeah.
All right, that's
and they've been straightened, crack tested, and refinished.
Yeah, so they're almost like new.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. So I might, as I say, I don't think I've got enough space in the car to take them back now.
But we get all the wheels refurbished.
Yeah.
So we have a container full of old wheels if people want them.
Yeah.
But if they also want refurbished ones, we try
you can
and keep
do
a
that
set
as
of
well.
each in stock.
And for the older ones that have not been refurbished yet, what are you looking at for a set of 4?
Normally £60 a wheel.
A wheel, all right, yeah.
The trouble is trying to find straight ones. Most of them are shaped like eggs.
Yeah.
So.
They have to have some work doing them, even just to balance them, I would imagine.
Yeah. So if we go this way. So this is all the engine components we have.
Yeah.
Talking about cylinder liners, main bearings, our own forged pistons, our own conrods.
Yeah, all liners, pistons, everything. You can just
everything, all the bearings.
Basically, if I wanted to rebuild an XL from scratch, you can supply all the parts. Is what
we can do full recon gearboxes.
Yeah, as well.
We recon the differentials. All the bushes are available.
Yeah. Pretty much a whole car. I could,
right down to the fact that we've had a lot of the studs remanufactured.
Studs for
the rear suspension.
The rear suspension. Okay.
And there's a lot of special bolts in there.
Yeah, I've found a lot of using a lot of UNF type half-inch UNF bolts. Yeah, and, I can actually source them in Germany though.
You can still get them. So, if they're in good enough condition, we send them away and have them replated.
Ah, okay, zinc plated. Yeah,
we throw them in.
Yeah, all right.
And then what we got down there? That's all engine gaskets, electronic parts.
Another thing I could be looking at, I've got a couple of engine leaks, Matt, particularly at the crankshaft sealer for the crankshaft.
Front
that goes.
Or rear?
It's at the rear that goes towards the gearbox.
Right. There are good, bad, and the ugly seals for the back of the engines.
Yeah.
We're just currently having some more good seals made.
Okay.
Because we're starting to run.
I mean, I can get those sent over because they're not like hugely, they're not huge bulky items, obviously.
But it's an imperial seal.
Yeah.
Is the difficult thing with it.
Right. Yeah.
It's not always kept on the shelf.
Yeah.
And you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
If you buy
a cheap one, it's going to go within a couple of years or something like that. Yeah.
Oil filters, air filters, badges, brake components.
Yeah.
So early XLs with a Girling master cylinder, brakes wise, we can get the master cylinders new.
Yeah.
The later ones with the Bendix system, we have to have the cylinders remanufactured, which normally means boring them out, fitting a sleeve, and going that route. Early servos, Girling servos, generally can be remanufactured.
Yeah, I've reconditioned mine, basically just, what do you call it, give it a wipe down with a wire brush and then just painted them again, the servo. It seems to be okay, it's not leaking or anything.
The biggest problem comes with the later servos.
Right.
They're not rebuildable.
They're not at all, okay.
And getting good ones is hard.
Yeah.
If we break a car and we pull one off, you have to give it a good shake, and if it doesn't rattle, it's
probably still good.
It gets snuck away. These are all the springs we
the springs there. You've just sent me a couple of those for the front.
Yeah.
And they're fitted now. And as I say, I took it out for a cheeky drive for the first time.
Brake calipers reconditioned for all the vehicles. Elite Eclat, XL, Esprit, M100, Talbot, Sunbeam, Lotus. Oil cooler pipes, we have those remanufactured.
Yeah.
Clutch plates, gearbox bearings, gearbox seals.
A gearbox rebuild. My car doesn't need a gearbox rebuild, but if I was to do that, is that something a home mechanic could potentially take on, or is that would that be too much of a job, do you think?
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it,
no. We have a man that does.
Right, yeah.
Synchromesh gearboxes are not easy.
Yeah.
And you tend to start losing springs and ball bearings all over the garage.
Yeah, okay.
So, recon steering racks.
Okay.
Are here, so that's a couple of Elite Eclat ones. And then we've got a couple of XL SE racks.
Yeah. So you usually take them in part exchange for the old one, and
we're doing all right at the moment. We normally haven't got any later SE racks in. Just go.
Yeah, they're really that's
and the other thing is you also get a lot of corrosion around the push fit area here.
Yeah.
And if it's too badly damaged, the pipes won't seal.
Yeah.
These are the
bell housings.
Bell housings.
Is that what you were talking about before for the
to fit to
a Jensen Healy. Yeah. Okay.
So we open up this part, machine that down, and put the cutout in.
Yeah. Impressive little business you've got there. I think if I was ever to return to the UK, it'd have to be working in a place like this. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother. And that's there you go.
No, these are all the aluminium pipes for Esprits.
Yep.
And there's so many varying types, it is unreal.
Really? Yeah. And the spree. Yeah. And that goes all the way back to the S1 model.
S1 onwards. Yeah.
And the modern was the Peter Stevens style.
We also do all the through chassis pipes.
Aha, that's another thing that do. The rear seat belt mounts.
Yep.
Can you get me a pair of those? Actually, I was going to manufacture them myself, but I think Probably, I mean, what are you talking about, €100 a pair or something? Or
It's not that much.
It's not that much. Right, I'll take that. I will take them this time then. That'll save me a job. Is it worth, are they aluminium or is it worth, do I have to paint them? Stainless. Stainless. All right, there you go. I don't even have to paint them.
No.
Yeah, I will take them then, please.
What you need to do is when you've fitted them, depending on how good the moulding was of the body, there might be some gaps. We normally recommend just pump it full of silicone. Silicone for the gaps, to stop water collecting and dirt and stuff collecting behind it. Okay, so
that will
just makes a nice neat job of it as well.
So a bit of under seal on afterwards, you recommended or not really?
Doesn't really need it.
Doesn't really need it, with stainless probably. All right, I'll take them definitely, please, mate.
Okay, suspension bushings.
Yeah, I've got a full set of poly bushings, including these ones. I've already just fitted them on the front.
Ones,
and that's all done. I'm just thinking what else. Maybe have we got the centre caps for the Oz wheels as well? Mine are a little bit sort of faded. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I think they're around here. I saw something there.
There's a full set full.
Yeah. How much do they go for?
22 each.
Oh, there you go. Each. Yeah. So that's like you're looking at €100.
Yeah, I'll double check for you.
Yeah. All right, but I'll maybe take them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also get all the decals for the XLs reproduced.
Yeah.
And for the Esprit, so if anybody, whatever colour.
How much would they go for the decal?
I think they're 18 each.
Yeah, all right, I'll take that one as well then.
Yeah.
For the SE. Yeah.
So is yours silver?
Mine, the car is metallic blue. What do you call that? So it's kind of a dark grey. It's A59 is the colour.
Has it got silver decals?
I think it is silver.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
right
I think
one.
that's the one then. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. So we're looking at the full system XL exhaust pipe for around about £2,000, and I imagine you'd save a lot of weight on the manifold there because the manifold's a big cast iron thing. Also good to know.
We do all the headlining materials.
Yeah, I ordered that recently. I
So
still
we've
need
got
to
the
fit
grey
that.
and
the
plenty
beige.
of the bright beige, as you can see.
Plenty of the beige. Yeah, well, I ordered the grey, which I think is this roll here, which was delivered. I still need to do that job, but once it's again, it's not a high priority thing. Priority is to get the car on the road and enjoy these things.
Actually, a used item that's been replated
and zinc plated and zinc galvanised and
zinc passivated.
So that holds. It's the air conditioning. It holds what exactly? Which component?
That holds the air conditioning pump.
The compressor.
It bolts onto the engine. Your manual tensioner. Fits in there.
It's a manual tensioner. Okay.
And then the alternator sits above it.
Right. Yeah. As is standard now.
So lots of those. We even have those remanufactured now as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So all these nuts, bolts and washers are all reclaimed.
Yeah, they're all removed from cars that have come in, breaking cars and broken up. Roughly how many, for example, how many XLs are still registered for use on the road these days?
I tell you at the moment.
I mean, there was about 2,000 built, 2,000 or something in the 10 year.
I think there's something like 1,000.
Maybe half of them?
Yeah.
All right.
Something like that. Well, while you're here, I better show you the rest of the place.
All right. Thanks.
Because it's not just here.
Yeah.
So, main workshop. So we've got a Spree turbo in.
Yeah, I'm going to be careful not to film anybody's number plate here. So, there's a Spree turbo. In fact, I'll put it from the side there. Yeah. And that's a Sunbeam. Is that the rally car, the Sunbeam at the...
that's a customer's Sunbeam.
Yeah.
This is a customer's engine. This one's going to Germany. It's an SE engine, 2.5 litre.
Yeah. You know whereabouts in Germany? Because I'm not far from Germany myself.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But the guy's coming to pick this up on Friday.
Oh, he is? Yeah.
So that's had a full top to bottom rebuild with our rods, our pistons, our crank.
Yeah.
Gas flow head, rebuild carbs.
What would that be pumping out more than the 180 standard BHP then, or?
Yeah, about 220.
220. Yeah. Because I think Mike documents that on his website. The upgrades for the engine.
Done it that often. We know what it comes out at.
Again, I won't be doing that now. Entering the engine build facility. Right.
So in here we've got a spirit bath, ultrasonic cleaner, world's biggest dishwasher, and a vapour blasting machine.
Yeah. How many employees have you got in LotusBits these days?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 of us.
9 of us in total.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so everything comes in here in a mess and goes out looking shiny.
Yeah.
Then it comes up here to be assembled.
Crankshafts there, and
they're either original cranks that come back from a grind or our own special made from a billet.
The new XL SE engines, what would they retail for these days?
Just a standard rebuild, depending on how much needs to go into it.
Yeah.
You're looking about £6 grand.
£6 for a new engine, basically.
Yeah, and that'll be as the one down there. It'll be run up on our little test bed down there, so the customer can either have a video or come and see it running, and then take it away with them.
Yeah, super.
But we're doing a lot with the Vauxhall engines now for the guys rallying.
The rallying guys,
because
Mike Taylor's big into his rallying, isn't he?
Yeah. When Vauxhall first used the 2.2, basically Bedford CF engine, they hadn't finished designing their 16 valve head, so they borrowed Lotus's,
right?
Which they ultimately got banned for using. But in classic rallying rules, if you can prove it was run at the time, you're now allowed to run it.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah,
we've got quite a good experience with them now, and we can find more power than you can with the original Vauxhall engine. So.
Wow, yeah, really impressive. These type of businesses are something that keeps us classic car owners.
Well, it's just like, shiny stuff.
Yeah.
It's all used.
Yeah,
but just clean it and get it ready to go back in.
And look and restored almost to a new condition, as good as new. Yeah, and,
yeah, that's one of our machined from a solid aluminium inlet manifolds.
Yeah. One thing that I'm looking at, obviously in the future, again not now, is to convert it to fuel injection.
Yeah, I can show you one of those.
Yep, and that's and you're looking at I think about £2 or something like that for $2.5 grand. Is it for the full kit?
It's afraid it's gone up.
Yeah.
It's about £3 grand for the kit. And if you wanted it fitting, it'd be another 3.
Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously I'd look to do that sort of stuff myself, but fitting it myself. But I need the parts, obviously. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Let's carry on.
Okay.
M100, Elite Eclat, Esprit, and of course XL body parts.
All the body parts, yeah. Loads of old door skins and
Can't throw anything away on
these. No. These are like gold dust these days. Yeah, okay, mate, yeah.
This is our engine dyno.
The dyno to measure in.
We've just started fitting this engine up, so there's stuff everywhere at the moment. But that's one of the Vauxhall engines with the Lotus cylinder head on.
Yeah.
We are. Unfortunately, it's not ready to be started, so we can't show you that. But yeah. Hoping that one will make about 220.
220.
Yeah. All fuse in the whole car.
Yeah. So this is, I didn't film then, I think. This is a 1978 JPS S2 Esprit.
Yeah.
With an in-house engine.
Yeah, with a mapped ignition. Yeah. And it doesn't have a single fuse or relay in it. It all works on a CAN buzz electrical system.
Wow.
This is the 3rd one we've done now.
That's cutting edge technology.
So it gets rid of all the Lucas type electrics. We keep the original switches as much as we can. And then it uses a control module such as that that does all the switching.
Yeah. Wow. Cutting edge technology, as you can say.
It's great when it all works. A selection of our rebuilt differentials. So
there.
A litre clap, and then
with inboard brakes, I'm seeing.
Yeah, inboard drum brakes.
Drum brakes as well.
And then we've got the Excel differentials that we also rebuild.
Yeah.
New bearings, new seals.
Yeah, I've painted, as I say, with my differential, I've had it off and painted it up. It looks fairly similar to that.
When we've refurbished them, they go on the lathe and we spin them up to make sure there's no wheel leaks and no odd noises.
Yeah.
And then this is Mike's rally car.
That's Mike's rally car.
This is 320 horsepower, sequential gearbox, traction control, all the toys. It's also got an XL chassis underneath. It's
got the XL chassis as well. Yeah.
Fully independent suspension.
Yeah.
And if you look on the inside here, that is the XL backbone chassis.
Yes. Yeah.
So it uses all XL wishbones, anti-roll bars, diff, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And this one's, as I say, 320 horsepower.
Yeah. What's Mike's best result in this then?
He's had wins.
He's had wins. Yeah. And I'm seeing here more Esprits. This looks like a
fuel injected XL.
A fuel injected XL. Yeah. Yeah. Have a look under the engine. Ah, my God, that's a. Yeah.
So. Fuel injected XL with throttle bodies that just replace the Autos, same size and fitment, so you can fit the standard airbox.
Yep.
You've then got your coil pack over there.
The coil pack. That's that thing next to the the radiator tank or the coolant tank, expansion tank.
The crank pulley's modified to take the trigger wheel.
Okay.
And we've got a special bracket for holding the crank trigger. We also fit the water temperature sender for the ECU into the head.
Into the head,
yeah. And it's either in the head or it fits down here in the inlet manifold.
Yeah.
Which this one does. And then there's the fuel lines to and from the engine are replaced completely with Goodrich hosing. There's a swirl tank in the boot with a fuel injection fuel pump.
Yeah.
So it
looks really neat. I have to say, the conversion there, it looks really neat.
Yeah.
And very impressive. And with the fuel injection conversion, you don't actually get more performance, do you? But you get better fuel economy. You don't get hot starting problems that you do with the carburetted models.
Exactly. And, it's unlike a carburettor model where you have to sit in it to get it started in the morning.
Yeah.
With this, you reach through the door like any modern car, turn the key, and they fire
off. It goes. Yeah. And the electronics takes care of the warming up process, the fuel air mixture, and all that. Yeah. Very good. Oh, these are customers' cars at the back, so I'm obviously going to be very careful about not filming anybody's number plate or anything like that, or I'll blot it out if I do happen to catch anybody's number plate. But yeah, there looks like that looks like a turbo Esprit there on the right. That's is it an Eclat or on the? That's an Eclat on the left-hand side, the yellow one there. And this is an S3 Esprit, and obviously the fuel injected XL there. Okay. Yeah, so these are parts. Matt's just preparing me up the bill for those. Unfortunately, I ran out of memory space on the memory card when I was filming right at the end there, and the camera shut down. But I think I got most of the filming done that I wanted to film. Big thanks, of course, to Matt for showing me around. It's an absolute pleasure, Matt, being your company. Mike has also created, obviously, a very good and comprehensive business there. And it's times like this where I really get nostalgic about being back in the UK, I must admit. But for me, fortunately, it's time to get back. Time to battle the traffic on the M25, something I certainly don't miss is that. Have my usual fish and chips, and get home to Luxembourg to continue my project. Thanks for watching, guys, and catch up with you again hopefully very soon. Cheers, goodbye.